I have always been a fan of comic superheroes, but my interest in this genre was seriously reinvigorated with the introduction of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I watched every film in the cinema at my first opportunity, and when Captain America the Winter Soldier was released, it quickly became my favourite Marvel movie, and still holds that distinction today. Inspired by these new interpretations of classic Marvel characters, I decided to start collecting my favourite Avengers in action figure form. But being a mostly vintage collector, I opted against the modern Marvel Legends figures from Hasbro, and chose instead to assemble my team of Avengers from Mego's range of World's Greatest Superheroes figures. Unfortunately though, this quest presented a few challenges, because when Mego produced these action figures in the 1970s, not all of the Avengers characters were included in the lineup. So in this video we're going to provide you with a collecting guide to Mego's Avengers.
Come with me, toy fans!
Hey toy fans, my name is Tony and welcome to Analog Toys, where we're obsessed with bringing you the history of vintage toys and action figures. Much like DC's Justice League of America, the Avengers are a superhero team made up of characters who each had an existing comic book series of their own, and the team debuted in the Avengers issue number 1, published in September 1963, which was created by writer and editor Stan Lee and artist and co-plotter Jack Kirby. Labelled Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers originally consisted of Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Ant-Man and Wasp. And this is the first problem we run into when trying to assemble Mego's Avengers, because the company never produced action figures of Ant-Man or Wasp. But Mego did produce Iron Man, Hulk and Thor, so let's take a closer look at these action figures. Iron Man was first released in the 1975 wave, which also included Hulk, Falcon and weirdly Tarzan. The figure was originally available on a Type 1 Mego body with metal rivets, but he is more commonly found on the Type 2 Mego body. And although some collectors have questioned why Mego gave the Iron Man action figure a nose, for a brief period in the 70s the character did have a nose in the comics. The action figure is dressed in a red and yellow jumpsuit and accessorised with tall red boots, a pair of fist-shaped gauntlets, a red plastic belt, and the character's arc reactor is made up of a sewn-on red button and a circular yellow sticker. Every accessory included with Iron Man is unique to this figure, and in my personal opinion, he is one of the best superhero figures ever created by Mego. Now we have a character who is arguably my favourite Marvel superhero, the Incredible Hulk. Due to my love of the Incredible Hulk TV show starring Bill Bixby, I am somewhat obsessed with Incredible Hulk action figures. So when I set out to assemble Mego's Avengers, he was the first figure that I picked up. Released in 1974, the Hulk action figure stands slightly shorter than the majority of other Mego superhero figures, which is somewhat frustrating for collectors. But despite this, the Hulk does have a nicely sculpted face and is easy to complete due to the fact that his only accessory is a pair of ripped up purple pants. While the Hulk figure is easy to find complete, he isn't easy to find unbroken, due to his knee and elbow joints being extremely fragile. So much so in fact that even mint boxed and carded examples can often be found with limbs detached. The Thor action figure is one of the most beautiful figures ever created by Mego, and really benefits from being a later release character. Thor was first released in 1976 and was only ever issued on a Type 2 Mego body. The figure is dressed in a blue and black sleeveless jumpsuit with a sewn on yellow belt and a red cape, and the costume also incorporates the 6 light blue circles that are worn on the front of the outfit. The action figure comes with knee-high yellow boots that are unique to this character, and a pair of fabric wrist cuffs, and of course Mego armed Thor with his hammer, which can be held in his hand or carried in his belt. But the best accessory here is the vac metalized winged helmet. Once complete, this gorgeous action figure really captures the classic look of Thor, and is a must-have for anyone trying to assemble a collection of Mego's Avengers. Before we talk about the leader of the Avengers, let's take a moment to discuss Namor, the Submariner. While not a member of the Avengers, the Submariner did appear in issue 3 of the comic. However, Mego never made an action figure of Namor, and I think this is likely due to the fact that they had already produced a very similar character in the form of DC's Aquaman. No Avengers team can ever be considered truly complete without the inclusion of Captain America, and fortunately for us, Mego released this figure in 1973. Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, made his first appearance in the Avengers comic in issue number 4 when he was discovered trapped in ice, and he joined the team after they revived him, and Cap would go on to become a long-time leader of Earth's Mightiest Heroes. The Mego Captain America action figure is far from comic accurate, due to his missing gloves and the fact that he was given Superman's boots, rather than the distinctive boots that he wore in the pages of the comic books. Cap wears a red, white and blue jumpsuit with a white star positioned in the centre of the chest, which is often missing, but fortunately quality reproductions are easy to find. The action figure also sports one of the simplest head sculpts in the entire line, and I really wish that Mego had put a bit more effort into this one. Finishing off this figure is Captain America's signature shield, and this accessory consists of a plastic shield and a paper sticker. Now, while you can't assemble a team of the original Avengers due to the lack of Ant-Man and Wasp, you can collect a core group of heroes from the 2012 Avengers movie. Obviously, that core group doesn't include Hawkeye or Black Widow, but I don't really consider them to be superheroes. They are just highly skilled human characters who exist in the same universe. There are, however, two other characters from the Avengers that Mego did offer during the 1970s, the first of which is Falcon. A longtime ally of Captain America, the Falcon is one of the most underrated action figures in the Mego assortment, with his overall appearance being largely faithful to his depiction in the comic books. Falcon is dressed in a red and white winged jumpsuit and comes with a pair of boots that are unique to this figure, but Falcon's best feature is his comic-accurate head sculpt. The final Avengers figure to be released by Mego is the Amazing Spider-Man. And this character is easily the most popular of all the world's greatest superheroes action figures, being introduced in late 1973 and remaining in the line through to its cancellation in 1982. Due to Spider-Man's longevity within the Mego range, there are numerous variations of the figure and outfit, but later issue versions are relatively easy to find on the secondary market. The Wallcrawler is also easy to find complete, since his only accessory is his signature costume. Once you add Spider-Man to your Mego Avengers lineup, you have 6 superheroes in total, and although Thor and Iron Man can be a bit pricey, it shouldn't be too difficult to complete the set. When it comes to the bad guys though, it's a different story, since Mego only offered 2 Marvel villains in the entire range, and both of them are enemies of Spider-Man. Although we have now discussed all of the 8-inch scaled Avengers figures available from Mego, there is definitely one more figure that you should pick up, to give this collection a visual impact when displayed. Released in the late 1970s, the 12-inch scaled Incredible Hulk figure is my all-time favourite Mego action figure, and when you swap him out with the smaller scaled figure, his larger stature just fits perfectly with this Avengers collection. The Hulk towers over the other figures in the team, just as he did in the comics, and with him included, we have now gathered the best possible team of the Earth's mightiest heroes. And now that Mego's Avengers have been assembled, enjoy this world-exclusive first look at the trailer for their upcoming movie. So thank you all for watching, and if you like this video you might also enjoy our top 10 countdown of the best Mego superhero figures, and you can watch that video by clicking right here. Or to check out our review of the Mego Star Trek line, you can click right here. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because I can do this all day.